What is up, fam? Hope this message finds you all well and in great spirits. Well, I'm not in so many great spirits today because, sadly, as you can see, and it's kind of fitting that it's raining, there's no Black Mamba. Now, before we get into why, who, what, when, and where, what's going on, we'll rewind to last week when we went to the Street Speed YouTube call out and we raced Street Speed, Mod to Fame. We raced some other cars, and I always felt like the car just wasn't feeling the way I know it could feel. And something happened on the way home when I was driving with Xander 13, and the car started to shake like a salt shaker. I was like, I didn't know what it was. We both probably diagnosed it and thought, hey, you know, it looks like the drive shaft is going. So let's take it back when we got home to Casper's Corner, where I get my performance work installed, and we'll get a new drive shaft.
Here, brother. Look at this.
Drive shaft.
Beauty. We just explained where this is not carbon. This is chromoly.
This is chromoly.
Okay.
So it's not a mild steel. It's not aluminum. Okay. It's a better metal, chromoly. Chromoly is a better metal. It's a stronger metal, so that's why you can start cars to go low sixes and beyond.
Wow.
So this is definitely better than a mild steel.
Better piece.
And I like it over aluminum.
Yeah.
Especially for the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So I got a drive shaft from Michael Mack, who bought it from Hell Horse Performance. So we got a drive shaft, and I thought to myself, cool, you know, we'll put a one-piece drive shaft in, all will be right with the world, and the Black Mamba will be back better than ever, because maybe after almost 100 passes, the Black Mamba needs some upgrades there, all those passes. So what we did was, and I was so excited, while Casper's Corners had the car, they said, you know what we're going to do? They went down, we did like a total checklist of the car and how it's doing, because we do a lot of drag strip passes, and we wanted to make sure that it was really doing what it needs to do. So we said, hey, let's do an oil change. So we went with Royal Purple. Where do you have your oil at?
Right back.
Okay. Royal Purple's the best.
Other than that, Mobile One probably be the next one down the line.
Okay. Whew. 85.
Holy cow. That was friggin' $85 just for oil. But everyone keeps saying this is the best. So the Black Mamba has to get the best. Oh, all right.
Well, for the last thing that we got to do for StangMode here is Royal Purple oil. For the way he runs this car, 10 passes, 11 passes, drives it there, drives it home. I say at least, what, Maple Grove? How long is Maple Grove? How far is Maple Grove, you think? Hour and a half? 2 hours? Rally-driven street car. He's going 11.2s in. I guess he has to get the best. That's the only thing. But I can give you one thing. This Royal Purple is really purple. You can go with that. After this, do the exhaust, and he's good. There it is. It's your Royal Purple oil change from 2018 Mustang. Best oil you can get for one of the best street car drag races I've seen. StangMode.
and then we went to do a full 3-inch exhaust on the X pipe because the current X pipe was only 2 1/4, so there was some suffocation there.
Go from a this is a 3-inch header, and it gets, like he said, it gets suffocated here back to the 2 1/2, I believe, right? Is that correct?
It goes from 3-inch, then it goes down to like 2 1/4, and then back to 2 1/2. So what we're going to do is make a smooth transition into the 3-inch to a 3-inch X pipe, and we're going to tie it in back here to 2 1/2.
Nice.
Custom transition. All right, Todd, jump up there and start Black Mamba.
Huh?
Let's check out the new 3-inch exhaust X pipe installed here at the original Casper's Automotive.
And kudos to Casper's for doing that. Then they went with a full wheel alignment, and then we also went lastly with of course installing the drive shaft. So everything seemed like it'd be epic and amazing, and I was so excited. Then the bad news hit. Around Wednesday, I was supposed to pick up the car and get ready to take it to the drag strip Friday. You know, it's getting cooler. Wanted to see what was going on, and we figured with those alterations that would give us what we needed to do our best times ever. Well, sadly, what Casper's told me was, hey, issues with your rear. And I thought, well, you know, I usually have my fiber. I'm not sure what you're talking about. No, I'm just kidding. The gears in the rear, the 355 from Ford, didn't seem like they were playing nicely anymore. They did a scope and drained some oil in the back, and they were told that it's pretty darn black and pretty darn gross. So we found out that the gears weren't playing nicely.
Okay, we're back here with the Black Mamba and Mason at Casper's Corner. He's going to show us what he's diagnosed in the rear. You want to talk about that, bro?
Yeah, I think he blew the pinion out. The pinion lash in the rear is really, really loose. He's got a really bad vibration at 70 to 80 or so.
Yeah.
He on his last pass, in the 11th pass, he said he got a little squirrely on the back end, and I think in between the ring and pinion, the lash in between is like absolutely crazy. And it hums, it whines, and it shakes. I think the 355s finally had it out on the 11th pass.
Yeah.
On them all.
Who, me?
Yeah. But
so what do you got here? You were telling me about the stuff.
This is the fluid. This car doesn't even have 20,000 miles on it, and I'm gonna say this fluid is as black as my shirt. I had a lot of metallic, a lot of pieces coming out. It's just clutch material, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I don't believe it don't have a broken ring. I mean a ring gear or a broken pinion gear or anything like that. But
it was on its way.
Yeah, it was on its way.
Yeah.
I just think when they built it, so a lot of the times I had one before when I did it 04. I set up the backlash on a standard Mustang. It's in between 8 and 12.
Yeah.
It was just a standard good. On this one, I believe it was at 12. And what happened is just from wear and tear,
Okay.
you know, hard acceleration, stuff like that. The backlash wore out.
Gotcha.
And I think the carrier shifted to the left, which opened the lash up to have the pinion have a lot of lash in it. I believe that's the whole vibration in this whole car.
Yeah.
But now we're looking at it's got 355s in it. If we can go up to 373s.
Yeah,
Get a faster time while still keeping everything still original for, you know, warranty, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what we're going.
Hey, you're gonna scope it for us now to show us inside.
I'll get the scope out. I'll show you the lash in between the pinion and the ring.
We're gonna show inside here.
If I could take the cover off, I would.
But we want to see if Ford might want to warranty it.
If Ford, they don't like when you take stuff out.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they'll let me do the job. It's just the problem is I want them to look at it. Let them. I'm gonna use them as my tool.
Yeah,
they're gonna
diagnose it,
stuff like that.
Okay,
and we're gonna go from there.
Also, I want to talk about before we get the scope. You were saying that we got alignment here, and you can see the change in the.
Oh yeah.
So
the back toe was out on the driver's side. The toe was in. So I was asking, making sure you were going down the track straight.
Yeah.
That if it was pulling left, pulling right, because we were in such a time crunch last Friday.
Yeah.
When you had to leave to go to Maple Grove, I didn't get the back aligned. I aligned the subframe. Everything was square. It's just I didn't know the toe was out.
Gotcha.
It wasn't too bad, but it was enough to where you could notice the difference from, it was at least a 1/4 inch out on this side here. So
Gotcha.
when we just took it to get alignment yesterday, I had one of my guys down in Defford, Goodyear. He straightened the subframe. It's actually back to factory spec. The wheels are dead zero in the back. I want this car to go as straight as I possibly can get it to go. In the front, he just set up the front for the skinnies that he's got on it. So all the alignment specs are back better than factory. The car should go dead straight now down the back without left, right.
So this is what's so sad is that we, like Mason and Cash was like, they killed it. They, you know, they got the alignment done. Of course, you can see here the awesome drive shaft shop, one piece, you know, drive shaft is beautifully put in there. Of course, it's brand new custom X pipe that goes 3-inch right from the Texas Speed headers. This is all custom. This is all new. That goes right back into the factory, you know, active exhaust. So this car was getting ready to go. You guys did an oil change, alignment, drive shaft, brand new exhaust X pipe. It was ready to go. And then this guy here decided not to play. So we're gonna take a look.
You can hear it banging around in there.
Yep. That shouldn't make any noise at all when you do that, right?
Well, this is your park you're here now, but when you hear, you hear backlash, but it should be tight.
Yeah,
It should be very tight. This one is loose.
Loose.
I'm saying when we put the scope on, you're gonna see in between the pinion and the ring gear, it's got about 1 inch of play in between the gear mesh itself.
and it should be super tight.
It should be tight because the way your pinion sits in the ring, it should be dead right in the center of the ring gear. This
Gotcha.
one's, it looked like the pinion wants to come like this. It looks like it came into the case too far.
Gotcha.
So it made the lash gigantic in the center.
All right. Well, we're gonna scope it. Then we're gonna put the car out of drag strip mode and get it back to looking stock, and so Ford doesn't, you know, get super mad at it. So Mason right now is turning on the scope. This is just like surgery, folks.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's just like surgery.
Look inside of a
So
case here.
he's gonna put the scope in there and
I'm gonna
show
actually
us.
have you hold that.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
So I can turn the pinion.
And it looks like, is it a boy or girl?
So there, right there, this is your pinion gear. Here's your ring gear.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to turn it, see the lash between the ring gear without it wanting to move?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? The scope is so hard to use.
No, it's all good.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
The ring gear is not moving. The lash is crazy on the pinion. That
Gotcha.
right there, when you're on D-cell, I believe the gears, what's happening is you got your ring gear here and your pinion's here. When you're on D-cell, I believe your pinion's bouncing in the ring.
Gotcha.
Why it's still turning. So you got that play, which is crazy because when you look at that amount of play that's in between the ring gear,
Yeah.
you feel it in the car.
Yeah.
That's the vibration is like, it's a heavy vibration. It doesn't feel like a tire out of balance.
Sure.
It doesn't feel like a half shaft. It does not feel like a dry shaft.
Yeah.
We talked to Steeda.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talked to Steeda about the diff bushes, everything like that. They said that it would cause a vibration, which I'm looking at it. I see. We stiffened up the bushings here in the subframe. We put a nice one piece, but it's got a joint, spherical joint in it that'll take vibration.
Yeah.
So our vibrations here, once you put the car in neutral, it's still there.
Gotcha.
So there's no load.
There's no load,
No
but it's still
load.
vibrating. So
No.
that leads you to believe
It's either
just
the
this.
carrier bearings went bad inside the rear, which it's hard to tell because this car does have a whine to it
Yeah.
on D-cell,
Yeah.
which we just thought it was because there's nothing in the car. We put stiffer bushings in, it's going to get louder. You're going to hear a lot of stuff
Sure.
when we're rigid. But the vibration and the sounds that this is making now on acceleration and deceleration, it's getting worse and worse and worse, progressively worse by the day.
So, the car is still drivable, but there's that shimmy and that shake at highway speeds that's just not good. And we switched the wheels up, we took off different bushings, we tried different troubleshooting to say hopefully it's not that. So, what does that mean? Sadly, that means the Black Mamba is down. For the first time ever, by the way. I know that could be coming up, like, oh, you know, Mustangs have problems. I was one of the first persons on YouTube to have, I think I was the first to have a 2018 Mustang, and it'll be a year in a couple weeks in November since I've had the car. I've had no issues. No engine issues, no transmission issues. This is our first issues. And if you have followed the channel or you see what I have done, I put the car through its paces. And that's for good reason, because I bought the product, I tested the product, I R&D'd the product for many people, quite frankly, on YouTube to see what the car is capable of in a non-shop way, in a normal, daily driven way with someone who takes the car to the racetrack, to the grocery store, and everywhere in between. And I'm proud to say the car hasn't given me any issues, but we want to be safe than sorry. As we get deeper into this thing of making the car more powerful and going with more passes down the strip, we want to be safe. And kudos to Casper. They said, you know, you could send it, but we don't recommend it. And I agree with them, because they said you don't want to risk the car completely blowing out or lose control on the drag strip, or heaven forbid you're just driving normally and your daughter's in the car. So we want to be safe. We want to be accurate. So what we're going to do is we're going to, you know, put the car back to stock, and we're going to take it to Ford and see if they can diagnose exactly what the issue is.
All right. Dude, this guy. It's probably cut underneath that hoodie. Lift these up with one hand. I need to lift with my legs, put it against my body. That's what's up.
It's my exercise. Everyone says you go to the gym. Just lift
This is it. Yeah, this
Lift
is
the
all
cylinder.
natural.
And do the T5s and Mustangs. We're gonna use transject.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Makes life easier, you know.
Guys, I kind of like. I'm liking it. I haven't seen these tires in a while because we had the drag pack on. They look pretty badass. Yeah. Yep.
Torque sticks. Using the guns. Torque stick.
You got a torque stick on the gun.
Everybody's probably cringing at me watching it. Don't use air guns and aftermarket lugs. As long as you use the 80 foot-pound torque stick, check it with a torque wrench, you're good to go.
So save your comments. Okay, so the black Mamba is back to her usual shoes. And then we're gonna take it to the dealership. But before we do any of that, we're gonna start her up so you guys can hear how the new installed X-pipe sounds. Cold start with the new X-pipe.
I was still lower.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, you're fine. Might want to hold your ears. Now we're gonna get our first rev. I gotta hold my ears, guys. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be loud. That sounds way better. I'm counting on you guys. Oops. Yeah, fitted as far as our hands. It's all good. Dude, it sits pretty. It sits pretty.
It doesn't look bad at all.
It sits real pretty. You look good in it. I was like, he looks cooler than me in it.
This is my next.
I like it.
It looks good. Fat.
Yeah, they fit nice and flush even. Oh, it looks so good.
I like that. It's got the track stance to it.
Yeah.
You didn't go crazy with it. You didn't lower it. You didn't put bags on it. You didn't do nothing crazy. Nice stiff.
Yeah,
stock.
stiffer.
It's really not bad. It's not too
Yeah.
bad. It rides good still.
So-
It's got perfect height, and when you put the drag pack back on it, it looks like you kill it.
Oh yeah,
Quick.
yeah.
So we're gonna take it to Ford so they can use their tools, which are a little bit more. Ford has different tools compared to your performance shop that we can take a look even closer as to what the cost can be. So, you know, for right now, the Black Mamba is down. I don't know how much it's gonna cost. I don't know what the exact issue is. I will keep you posted. We were ready to go. The Black Mamba was ready to go. I was so excited. As you can see, I'm a little bit down. I'm a little bit out. I'm a little bit disheveled. I'm a little bit sad because my car isn't here. But again, that's the first time that's ever happened in a year that the car has had any issues. It has 17,000 miles on it, and we drive it like a beast, and rightly so. And it's done a great job. But you know, it could explain a lot of things that I think, which makes sense, was, you know, we ran 11.3 at 123, and the car was singing. And then we did headers, and we did the full drag pack, and we did weight reduction, and we got, you know, we did those modifications, and we were figuring, hey, this car should do at least 2 to 3 tenths better, which we did. We got to 11.1 at 125, but I always said, and I tried to tell people, and no one understood, that just something never felt right. It hadn't felt right since June when we did the Mod to Fame Fest, and we, you know, beat Mod to Fame's Hellcat, and we went to the Call Out in North Carolina, and we beat Street Speed in the 01. The car was beautiful. It was zinging. And then after that, there was always this little bit hesitation. You can even see in this clip here where it appears that there's a jerkiness. There's always a jerkiness. People are like, oh, it's chirping this gear. And it shouldn't, because what was happening was there was some fighting going back there in the gears. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll keep you posted. Ford's going to have the car. We'll find out what's going on. I'm thankful it's not the engine and transmission. Hopefully just the rear. I don't know if we're going to upgrade the gears to like a 373 or a 409. I have no idea right now. I'm going to keep you posted. I'm a little bit down, but I'm not out. The Black Mamba, we got to have the Mamba mentality, y'all. We got to keep moving forward. We can't get too down. We got to have ourselves with the eye on the prize, and we'll move forward. I'll keep you posted on what Ford says. We'll keep you posted on what the diagnosis is. But again, I'm thankful for all the people who support and have subscribed and are on the journey with me. Please do. If you're coming for the first time, I'd appreciate it if you stay on the journey and subscribe. If you've been on the journey, thank you so much. Leave your feedback below on what your thoughts are, what you think. So, just a somber video. I'm down. I'm not out. The Black Mamba will continue to get better, and we'll continue to make her stronger. This does put a hold in some of the parts that we were going to. I don't know what it's all going to cost, what it's going to entail. I'm going to check it out and see what happens, but I'll keep you posted. Stay tuned. We'll find out what's wrong with the Black Mamba. She's sick right now, and you know, we'll go from there. And that's the update I have right now. Again, I appreciate Casper's Corner for you know, being a top-notch performance shop and diagnosing these things correctly. And they've done work on the Eco Beast. They've done work on many of my friends' cars, and I trust their word. And they're in the racing scene for a while, and we're gonna keep moving forward together. Hopefully, it's a quick fix. If it's not, we'll document it for you guys. And this is not an issue that's very common with Mustangs. You don't really hear the rear going. They're pretty stout. But, you know, things happen. There are mechanical issues you have to maintain. And, you know, we'll go from there. And anyhow, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for staying to the end. I hope you know that it never ends. Peace.
What is it, bro?
The two-sided tape on the side of the car.
I thought that was gonna give me extra horsepower.
Hey, we're taking 5 away. That's what we're doing. But I'm gonna try to get that on.
All right.
100%.
All right.
So.
All right, brother. Appreciate
All right,
you. We'll be in touch, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. Peace.